Hi, everybody. This is Lee. And previously, I reported on Jill Stein and her debate against Gary Johnson, moderated by Tavis Smiley, the fourth presidential debate, and how it was policy oriented and insult free. And the people who are the winners are the viewers. That's who won that debate, the viewers like you and me. And so now there's additional appearances by the Green Party. This time it's Ajamu Baraka. He participated in two forums. One was a vice presidential forum at Queen's University in Charlotte, North Carolina. He was one of four presidential candidates who had time on stage to talk about the Green Party, the top of the ticket, and the goals and the issues in the platform, and what the Green Party was about. And then he also stood in for Jill Stein during the presidential debate. So, a great afternoon of Green Party information brought by Ajamu Baraka. I viewed the vice presidential forum only Ajamu Baraka's section, but it was very informational. Ajamu Baraka touched on many topics, and this was actually the vice presidential millennial voter forum. And so that was who was in the audience, and that was what this discussion was geared towards, things of interest to millennial voters. And so topics of interest included criminal justice reform, police misconduct, mass incarceration, the criminalization of youthful offenders, the concept of charging them as adults, and then also political prisoners and how those should be released. The topic also included, the forum also included discussion of the student loan debt crisis and how to address that. Ajamu Baraka was very careful to clarify that the Green Party supports complete forgiveness of student loan debt, not refinancing or lowering the interest rate, but complete zeroing out of student loan debt. The topics moved to trade. Ajamu Baraka stated clearly that the Green Party is opposed to the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And then they discussed women's rights. And Ajamu Baraka again clarified and pointed out the fact that at the top of the ticket is Jill Stein, Dr. Jill Stein, physician Jill Stein. And so women's health, he said, was paramount. It was one of the planks on the platform of the Green Party. Jill Stein supports women's choice, and so does Ajamu Baraka, point blank. And so they also discussed immigration, pathways to citizenship. Ajamu Baraka said that as a part of that, there has to be an addressing of the constant regime changes that the United States participated in, meddling in other countries' affairs, particularly those of Central and South America, which created an influx of refugees and immigrants to North America. So that being part of the crisis itself, and that there's a need for reform in this type of policy, of foreign policy. And so he also justified Jill Stein's candidacy and distinguished the Green Party from the Libertarian Party, saying specifically that it's free markets that have brought on many of the crises that we face today, including the student loan debt, the allocation of so much money and resources to military defense contractors, the fact that we have this Trans-Pacific Partnership lurking in the lame duck section. And so that's part of the divergence of the Green Party from the Libertarian Party, that there is a need for government regulation and oversight over corporate interests, not just rampant free trade and free business regulation. So those are some things that came up. And then Ajamu Baraka also clarified once again that the Green Party has been around for quite a while. It began in 1984 and rose in emergence to lots of environmental and energy crises. And in fact, there were Green Party members who participated in protests against WTO, which is the battle in Seattle. That was 1999. So, you know, it's been around. And not everyone wore ID badges or buttons to distinguish themselves as Green Party members, but that they were participants. And he even mentioned the fact that Jill Stein was present during the protest of the Keystone XL pipeline. In fact, that she was arrested. So there's records, there's police records that, for people who are doubting or questioning their participation in environmental rights activism. I mean, even the fact that I'll say this, that Jill Stein and Ajamu Baraka were the first presidential candidates and actually the only presidential candidates who went to location at the Dakota Access Pipeline. No other presidential candidates have bothered. Bernie Sanders has been there. He's not a presidential candidate at the moment. Hillary Clinton had someone on her staff make a statement, and no one else much has said much of anything. Gary Johnson supports free trade, corporate interest. He's against violating treaty rights, but he supports corporate, free trade, free business, free of regulation. And then also Mike Pence, Donald Trump's VP, has supported the use of Indiana police force in North Dakota. So it's the Green Party that's taken a stand, and they were the first political party to actively participate and visit the pipeline, and to make statements in support of the Sioux Nation, the efforts to protect the water source, not only of Sioux Nation. They are located in such a way that they would be first hit if there were any pipeline breakdowns. It would be Sioux Nation who would take the full brunt of the water poisoning. But the Missouri River actually meets the Mississippi River. And so anything that comes into the Missouri River, any oil spills that go into the Missouri River will go into the Mississippi River, all the way down to the Gulf. It's going to be dirty, poisonous water right through the center of our nation. And so that's what the Sioux Nation is trying to prevent, poisoning of the rest of us. Not just them, but the rest of us. And the Green Party has supported that, and has supported that. The questioning of environmental creds reminds me of how Bernie Sanders had his creds questioned by John Lewis, who actually lied on Bernie Sanders and said he was not a participant. And it was the Chicago Tribune who documented Bernie Sanders' participation. It provided indisputable evidence that, yes, Bernie Sanders was there. And so there's evidence that Jill Stein of the Green Party was there, and other Green Party members as well. So Ajamu Baraka made a great ambassador and spokesperson for the Green Party issues and values. He was a good stand-in for Jill Stein, and also defended her record very well. He also had a stop at the Howard University to address the African Heritage Studies Association Gala. So that Southern strategy seems to be working out quite well. Ajamu Baraka has been using his expertise in this area to continue recruitment for the Green Party. And I believe it has had an effect, maybe a hidden effect, but an effect all the same. And so you can go to the events page to check out more about the Green Party, to see what Jill Stein and Ajamu are up to. I would also recommend, and I'm going to include this link in the description, a visit to Tim Black's YouTube channel. There's a video there, an interview of David Cobb. This is the campaign manager for Jill Stein of the Green Party, who outlines quick, really clear, really illustrative reasons. It's a great idea to support the Green Party this year. Many independents, many Sanders supporters, many progressives, and even undecideds, and people who have checked out of the political season have decided maybe it's a great time to check back in. We're at a crucial time in electoral politics. We've got many impending things on the horizon. Got possibly a war that someone seems to want with Russia. Not everyone else does, especially the Green Party. We got trade deals, multiple trade deals coming down the pipeline, and not only just the Trans-Pacific Partnership, Trade and Services Agreement, uh, Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership. So lots of things going on. And the Green Party wants to stand in the gap and to make sure that people are not harmed. And so it's a great idea to check in to see what the Green Party is up to. David Cobb's interview is a great place to start. Ajamu Baraka's Vice Presidential Forum is another great place to start. And then you can kind of click around my channel and see what the Green Party has been up to in the last few months. Good luck.